Hey, good morning, Kilby family. Good morning. Welcome to another great day here at Kilby. So glad that you're here with us this morning. Today is Tuesday, February 1st. We are in a new month. We're super excited about that. The month of February is also designated as Black History Month. So you're going to be hearing and seeing different things throughout the building this month as we celebrate the lives and accomplishments of African Americans throughout history. Celebrate the culture and lives of African Americans through our nation's history. And it's not just about Black history, it's about American history as well. There'll be other ethnic groups that we'll be talking about and discussing throughout the year as well. But February being Black History Month, it started out as actually National Negro History Week. And the founder of that is Carter G. Woodson. You'll be hearing more about him, but the individual Carter G. Woodson is known as the father of Black History Month. Again, it started out as National Negro History Week back in 1926. In the year of 1976 is when what we know now as Black History Month was actually established. And so I just want to throw out a few historical facts regarding our heritage, our history of our nation, particularly for African Americans. So you'll be hearing and seeing more about that throughout this month. But just letting you know that Tuesday today, February 1st, is the first official day of our Black History Month celebrations. I'm going to continue reading. We had a great story we started off with yesterday, The Lion Inside. We're going to continue pushing our love for reading in the building. And so we're going to finish our story today. If you remember, we had our little mouse here who, he was going through some problems, going through some things. He was so small. He's so small, is having a hard time. And so he decided, you know what? He wanted to be like the lion. He wants to be like the lion who lives on top of the rock. The lion has a great big old roar and he gets all the attention and he's got the big muscles. And so the lion, the mouse said, you know what? If maybe the lion can teach me to be like that too. And so if you remember from our story yesterday, he thought that he'd go on top of that rock and he'd talk to that lion, but he was scared to do that. He was nervous. As a matter of fact, the last thing I read to you, it says, it felt like the scariest thing he could do. But if you want things to change, you first have to change you. And that's where we left off yesterday. So let's continue and see what happens to our friend the mouse. So the farther he climbed, the closer he got to the slumbering lion reclining on top. Then at last, as he stood on his tippity toes, he found himself suddenly nose to nose. Pardon me. Wake up, Mr. Lion. You've got company. Squeak, Mr. Lion. What I've come to you for is squeak. Do you think you could teach me to roar? I wonder what the lion says about that. A silence befell that twinkling plain. Lion opened his eyes and puffed out his mane. Time went so slow, it felt like a week. Then he opened his mouth and let out a eek. Oh my goodness. The lion curled up in a terrified ball. He didn't like this, not one bit at all. Don't hurt me, he whimpered. Oh, try to be nice. Well, this mighty great lion was frightened of mice. Don't worry, Mouse peeped. I'm here as a friend. Let's hang out together. Be pals to the end. That was a magical moment for sure, when the mouse didn't feel at all small anymore. He had found his true voice and learned to speak out. And for that, you don't need a roar or a shout. And from that day and always, the two were a pair. They both liked that rock better. Now that rock was to share. The mouse, while still little, felt big in his head, and Lion still roared, but with laughter instead. Yes, that day they both learned that no matter your size, we all have a mouse and a lion inside. Isn't that a great story? So you have a mouse. You might have a mouse inside of you. You might have a lion inside of you. It doesn't matter how great or small you are, how big or tall you are. Just be your best self. Be the best representation of who you are, who your character is, who your parents have raised you to be, and making good decisions and just being the best person that you can be. I think that's a great, great story. All right, guys, we're going to pause now for a brief moment of silence, and then we will have our pledge. All right, thank you, teachers and students. Let's stand for the pledge. Thank you for standing. At 10. Salute and pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, teachers and students. You may be seated. Hey, that's all for now, guys. I hope you have a fantastic day. Happy Tuesday. And again, make a difference in someone's life. Continue to do things the Kilby way. Make good decisions. And always, always do your best. Take care, guys. And roar, Lions.